Good afternoon, Madam President. I rise. Thank you, Senator Fanfaros. Thank you, Senator Austin, for all of your hard work, to the ranking members, to Senator Looney, to Senator Duff. Being a freshman, watching this whole process has been very enlightening. It's fascinating, and I am so privileged to be a part of it. There is many things in this budget that are good. The increased ECS funding for many of our schools. I got a lot of very happy text messages from Board of Ed presidents this morning. The increase in pilot funds. I don't always get nice text messages from the mayor of New London, and I got a very nice one today. So there are some very happy people out there. I was a UConn graduate in 1985 from the University of Connecticut in their School of Nursing, and the majority of my patients, I'm in home care, the majority of my patients go to the local community health center for their care, and I can say that our community health centers are very happy today with the money they have received. The $5 million to the homeless shelters for the winter program is a good start, but we have to put a lot more money there. As Senator Anwar said, he speaks with many of those that are unhoused. I have the privilege of caring for them. Many of them have wounds because of diabetes or poor circulation. And when you do that, you sit with people 2 or 3 times a week for usually an hour at a time. So it's 2 hours a week, and that's longer than I spend with some of my family and friends sometimes. And you really get to hear their stories. And when you hear these people's stories, you hear what's happened to them. It's life-changing. They just had a bad event. They had mental illness. They had a spouse or a partner who was abusive and they couldn't get out. They had a lot of trauma in their lives as children, which, a lot of times that trauma goes from generation to generation. So we have to be able to start working to help those people. When I left here the other night at 4:30 in the morning and I was so tired, I haven't been that tired in a really long time. I used to pull a lot of doubles when I was younger, and God, it was easier. But, I left and I was tired. I will tell you that what I thought of was the people that work 12 and 16 hours every single day to pay their bills, and they're that tired, and they get in a car. I got to get in a car and drive home and got into a pretty nice, it's an okay bed. I like it. And a lot of them have to get on a bus and take the bus home and then deal with some family issues and then go about and do it all over again. So when we talk about all of these supports that we're putting out there for people with mental illness, with people that are homeless, with people with substance abuse, all those supports need human beings behind them. And unless we start taking care of those humans that are taking care of the least of our brothers, we're not going to have anybody to take care of us. And I know that sounds very dramatic, but I really mean it. If we don't start putting the resources into the supports of those that are going to take care of the least of our brothers, I just ask you to spend 1 8-hour shift with somebody who is having a bad psychotic episode or is very, very depressed or very schizophrenic, having a bad day. You would say, holy cow, how do you go back to that, how do you go back to that the next day? It's almost as bad as coming back to the Senate the next day. That was supposed to be funny. So it's so hard, and I just want everybody to remember those people. And so when I am here voting on this budget, and I will vote yes on this budget, but there is a sad place in my heart, because on Monday when I go back to work as a nurse, I'm going to take care of all of those people that are taking care of the people that we have just put in all of this money to find more support for them, more education, to educate people, to be nurses, to be aides, to be behavioral health specialists. No one is going to want to do that job if we don't increase their rate of pay. If we don't make that one job that they do a job that makes them have a little bit of dignity. Every time I fill up my car with gas, I put $50 in, I think, oh, that was 1 hour of work. And then I think about the people that fill up their car with gas, and I'm like, that is 3 hours of work. That is like me spending $150 every time I fill up my car with gas. And honestly, every single time I fill up my car with gas, that is what I think about. And we are giving these people a 2.5% raise, and it's just not enough. So I will vote for this budget, but I am going to walk into the homes of those people that I work with, those people that I love, the people that work all day long with people that have substance abuse problems. I can't tell you what a difficult, difficult job that is. You have one tiny little win with a lot of losses around you. And they're not getting a really big day like they thought they would. We got this graph about our, about the tax proposal, the cuts. And I'm going to get between $500 and $600 back in my state taxes. And that's good. I mean, I'll be happy in April. Is it going to change my life? Is it going to make me do anything differently? I love Connecticut. It's not going to make me love Connecticut more. It's not going to make me love Connecticut less. But then the people that I'm working with are getting $150, $200 tax back. And is that going to change their lives? It's not. I just want to do something to change these people's lives and to make it better. I had said to one of my colleagues the other day that I want SB1 next year to be, a bill to tackle income inequality, because I have seen it on the field for 40 years, and it is something we can tackle, but it means we that are privileged are going to have to give up a little bit. We might even have to give up a lot. And I, for one, am ready to do that because I've lived a very privileged life. I've lived a very, very good life. And I want everybody to be able to live that good life and to be able to get rid of their traumas and get rid of their hard lives and to love their kids and just to be able to be happy. And I truly think we as a body can do that. I know the people that I serve with around the circle. I have not respected so many people. I have not worked with a group of people like this in a long time that truly see a vision. I know we all have that collective vision. And we've done great work. I'm not saying we haven't. We've done great work, but I'm ready to do greater work. And I hope we can all work harder. Bipartisan. I know many of you all sit around here and truly care about those that are having a tough time too. So, Madam President, I thank you for the indulgence. And thank you to all who worked so hard on this. Kathy, thank you. John, thank you so much. And thank you very much, Madam President.